Hello, my name is Dave. This is my first video posting on YouTube, so we're going to see how it goes. Essentially speaking, my channel name is gogreen18, which is translated correctly, if I did it correctly. It's supposed to mean making the truth known public conquers all. What that basically means is that there is an old saying that says truth conquers all, similar to they say love conquers all. However, if the truth is hidden from the general public, then it's not of much use, is it? So that's one thing that has inspired me to make a YouTube video, is to get some of the information that I feel that people need to know out there. The other reason for this video is response to gogreen18 regarding religious issues. Yes, I know. Religion and politics are two things you're not supposed to talk about, but this is YouTube and people can post pretty much whatever they want unless it's banned, which pretty much means that you've got to follow the rules and be a good boy. But I will be covering such topics in future videos like global warming, the war against drugs, Federal Reserve, taxes, politics, economics, civil liberties, social issues, anything you can think of, religion even. But to move on, and I know I'm saying a lot again, it's my first video, but what I wanted to speak with, or as far as respond to Lacey, she makes very good arguments regarding religion and atheism in general. And what I would like to propose is a series of alternate explanations. I do consider myself an agnostic / atheist / whatever. We'll go into that here in a little bit. But I would like to challenge her on some of the issues here and add a few ideas of my own. One thing I would like to mention is in a recent video, gogreen18 had mentioned that the reason the Bible may be wrong is because of some failed prophecies. I want to ask, what about the supposedly accurate prophecies? If they say something in the Old Testament and it supposedly happened later on in the Old Testament, or the New Testament for that matter, I could go back to my backyard right now, shoot a bunch of arrows into trees, then go get some paint, and then spray paint targets around the arrows that make it look like I got a bullseye, and I'd be putting the cart in front of the horse. Well, who's to say they're not doing that? They could record a historical event, in 500 AD, and then 700 AD, they could come up with some crap that supposedly fulfills the previous prophecy, and, that wouldn't be much of an issue there. But the thing is that people actually believe these things, and a lot of our social systems are based on religious laws, whether we want to admit that or not. America is not a theocracy. We're not supposed to be a democracy. We're supposed to be a republic. Some would argue that we have transformed ourselves to a bureaucracy. Insert joke here, but have you ever considered the fact that organized religion serves some social purpose or function, or fulfills some sort of need that is required by society at large? The reason religion has been with us for so long is because it's been useful, at least in some extent, and I think we have to analyze exactly what religion does for us. Obviously there is something good about religion, the fact that it does exist. And many people do believe in religious stories and things like this. So we have to ask ourselves, what does religious give us? How does it contribute to society? How does it negatively affect society? How has it sort of governed the way society has taken itself? Here I mean primarily Western society, but one thing we do have to think about is maybe it's not religion that makes a society, maybe it's the people that make the religion. If you look at Christianity, it's love thy neighbor, turn the other cheek, work together, and things like this, which is more representative of, say, something which Europeans would be based from. And if you look at other religions, such as the Eastern religions, they're more spiritual and sort of environmentalist as far as being in tune with nature and spirituality and meditation goes. again, a product of their people. So religion does obviously reflect upon the society of which it is based. So we have to ask ourselves, what can we do as far as alternates to religion go, if we want to do it? One thing I would like to mention is your sort of description of atheism versus agnosticism and belief and non-belief. I think you made a very good point, Lacey, when you mentioned the fact that agnosticism has to do with knowledge, whereas atheism or theism has to do with belief. I do believe that's true. One can be an agnostic and still believe in God. You just would have to admit that you couldn't prove God's existence. Most agnostics, or at least people calling themselves agnostics, are pretty much atheists. And I doubt that there are very many agnostic theists running about out there, people who go to church and believe in God and things of this nature, and who somehow argue that you can't prove the existence of God. On the other hand, I do sort of understand what you mean when you say agnostic theism, because you would be almost committing the same crime as the other group of people, the theist, if you claim absolutely that God did not exist, because, again, you were stating an absolute. But the difference is almost like, well, either God doesn't exist versus the possibility of like 0.0000008% that he does exist. And more on that later, but I do want to thank all of you who have watched my video. The two purposes for making this video is to respond to gogreen18. Lacey, I do know that we will probably agree with most things religious-wise, but I just wanted to share some of my thoughts with you and introduce myself as well to the YouTube community and tell you that I will be making more videos. Again, I do consider myself sort of an activist. Go to the Campaign for Liberty for More or the birdman.org. And I welcome a response from anyone. You know, we have the First Amendment. Say whatever you want. Challenge me. Tell me I'm wrong, then try to disprove me. I do like a challenge, so I would like to hear that. Debate is essential. So go out there, question everything, and take care. I'll see you guys later.